Walk with the Devil by Alison C. Fade in. Exterior cobbled town, dawn. Present day in a maze-like hilltop town in southern Italy. The sun casts early rays on a serene Baroque church.
The world is the devil's maze.
Exterior old building, Main Street, dawn. A grotesque devil statue under a balcony.
Lurking in the shadows, he plans your fall.
Juliet, 23, in black goth attire, stands below, admiring it. Her vibrant red hair and pale complexion make her a sinister beauty. All is quiet, almost eerily so when frantic footsteps catch Juliet's attention. Ofelia, 19, and Ramona, 28, in cheap evening dresses come barreling down the street. Far behind them, two goons give them chase.
Fear, anger, despair.
The women pass Juliet's spot. She's nowhere to be seen. The women turn a corner. Exterior, narrow alley, continuous. Ramona can't keep up. Ofelia helps her into a nook between two buildings.
He'll use them against you and never let you go.
Unaware, the goons rush past. Exterior, Upper Main Street, dawn. The goons meet midway with Pincers, 42, a scary muscle in leather jacket, coming from the opposite side.
Well,
We lost them.
retrace your steps. They can't be far.
The men split. Exterior, Lower Main, dawn. Moving quickly, Pincers mounts a silencer on his handgun as he speaks into a mobile tucked between ear and shoulder.
The whores are heading downhill. They must have arranged for a ride. Find whoever they're meeting,
Pincers suddenly stops to take a phone into his hand.
and when you find him, leave his fingers to me. You hear?
He snaps the phone shut and resumes his run. Exterior, church, dawn. Ramona and Ofelia dash past a young man, 30s, in shabby clothes, seated on the church stairs. He watches them with interest. He brings a soda can to his lips. It's empty. He smiles and flings the can against the wall. Exterior, street fork, same. Pincers stops, unsure of which way to go. The metallic clang of the can gets his attention. Exterior, downhill, street corner, dawn. Ofelia turns and crashes into someone. She backs away in fear when she sees Juliet coldly staring down at her.
Hurry!
She snatches Ofelia along. Ofelia glances back, but Juliet is gone. Pincer surprises them from the side alley with his gun raised, and shoots. Cut to black. Fade in. Exterior, nightclub, night. Flashback. Techno music filters out of the premises. Super, 6 hours earlier. Interior, nightclub, night. A young crowd dances to the music. Ofelia looks like a frightened fish out of water. She sidles up to Ramona.
Please, Ramona, I don't want to kidnap anyone.
Want Don Antonio to beat you up again?
These girls haven't wronged anyone.
Neither have we.
Ofelia feels someone's eyes on her. She turns to see Juliet watching her from a dark corner.
Nice catch. She'll do.
Horrified, Ofelia blocks her.
No, not her.
Ramona shrugs. No matter. She spots two girls sitting on a sofa. She's about to head their way when Ofelia grabs her, nervously glances about.
Let's run away. With this crowd, Don Antonio wouldn't even know we're gone.
You want out? Then get him a girl.
How many other lives are worth his promises?
I don't give a shit for your ethics, Ofelia. You want to keep whoring for that asshole? Be my guest. But me? I'm done. After tonight, I'm free.
Is it because of the new client? What exactly did he do to you?
Ramona's hand goes over a fresh burn mark on her breast. It dives into her cleavage to fish out a bag of colored pills.
Want to survive a monster, Ofelia? Then walk with the devil.
Ramona shoves Ofelia out of the way and sachets to the girls on the sofa. Pills dangle from her fingers.
Hey, angels. Want to see heaven together?
Ofelia moves to follow when her senses heighten and suddenly everything seems to move slowly. The music muffles. A sudden splitting headache takes hold of her. Feeling someone's eyes on her, she turns around to see the crowd parting for Juliet, sauntering towards Ofelia with a feral look. Ofelia rips her eyes away, feeling dizzy. She hears Ramona laughing with the girls on the sofa. One of the girls gulps down a pill. Ofelia clutches her cross pendant and leaves. Interior whorehouse, sleeping quarters, night. High heels in hand, Ramona pads barefooted inside. Ofelia and other young prostitutes sleep on bare mattresses. Ramona shakes Ofelia awake. They whisper throughout.
Ophelia. What?
Get up.
Antonio letting you go?
Ramona angrily slips on a pair of ballerina flats. Ofelia notices her black eye.
He lied again, didn't he?
Done getting girls from that asshole. One of my clients is taking me out of town. Come with me.
How? We have no money.
We have a deal.
As they reach the door, Ofelia remembers the sleeping girls.
What about them? Can't leave them here.
We'll tell the police once we're safe. Now come.
Back to present. Interior whorehouse. Don Antonio's office day. Ramona's glassy open eyes. A trembling hand closes them. Pull out to reveal Ramona's dead. Bullet hole through her forehead. 2 goons pull the body away. Ofelia sobs, latching onto Ramona's wrist. She's left with Ramona's metal bracelet.
Getting rid of her will cost me more than she was ever worth.
Don Antonio, mid-50s, lights a cigarette. It's the calm before the storm.
Just what were you two thinking, huh? Thought you'd jump in some dick's car and check out on me?
Ofelia stands up, eyes smoldering.
You promised her you'd let her go. You promised!
To let her go? You whores think you have the right to be free? Huh?
He grabs Ofelia by the hair and slams her face on the desk strewn with cash.
You see this money? You see it? It's mine. Your goddamn bodies, they're all mine. You, Ofelia, you'll get me another girl.
No. I won't be your accomplice.
Don Antonio backhands her, hard.
I like you, Ofelia. I really do. But if you ever pull this morality shit on me again, I'll kill you. You hear?
Pincers enters, blood spattered on his white tee and on the carpenter's pincers in his hand. He shows Don Antonio the contents of a bloody handkerchief.
Did he talk?
Asshole swears Ramona sold him Ofelia for a ride out of town.
On Ofelia, crushed by the betrayal.
You hear that? Your friend sold you for a ride. A ride! You see? Tonight, feed him to the dogs.
Pincers nods yes, then hands him a note.
It's the new client. He wants Ramona for the weekend again. Says he's having guests over.
20,000 euros. Stupid whore. Just when he had taken a liking to her.
Do I tell him the deal's off?
No.
Don Antonio grabs Ofelia by her thighs and rips an upward slit on her dress.
Tell him he can have this one. For a week.
Exterior mansion day. Juliet takes in the impressive structure. Her eyes roam up to one of the windows from which Ophelia's tortured pleas filter out. Juliet smiles, smug. She saunters away. Interior mansion, sex room day. Propped against a wall, Ofelia dazedly comes to. She's in a provocative angel costume. Nasty bruises cover her body. A duffel bag full of cash drops at her feet. Don Antonio crouches at her eye level.
He liked you. Wants to see you again next week.
As he reaches out a hand to caress her cheek, she turns away.
All this resistance for what? If you'd brought me a girl, I wouldn't have sent you to him.
Ofelia looks at him, wet eyes filled with pain and despair.
If I bring you a new girl, will you send her here? In my place?
Get me a young one, and we have a deal.
Interior whorehouse bathroom night. Ofelia lets the angel costume slip off her onto the filthy tiles. She takes a look at her battered reflection on the cracked wall mirror. Angry tears pool in her eyes as she covers her facial bruises with foundation. She grabs Ramona's red dress hanging over the chipped tub and dons it. Finally, she takes off her cross pendant and pockets the colored pills on the sink. Interior nightclub night. Ofelia weaves through the young crowd. A mix of toxic fumes fills the air. Ofelia spots a girl, but as she nears her, she surprises us by bypassing her in favor of Juliet, standing further away. Ofelia whispers something into her ear, slips Ramona's bracelet into Juliet's hand, and gives her a sultry gaze before leaving. Juliet grins smugly. She follows Ofelia out. Exterior nightclub night. Juliet exits to find Ofelia standing beside a parked car. The car's high beams suddenly blind Juliet. Whack! Juliet drops into Pincer's arms, unconscious, a baton in his hand. Goon number 1 quickly gets out of the car. As the men load Juliet into it, Ofelia puts her cross pendant back on. Interior whorehouse, empty room, night. Juliet wakes up to Pincers and the other goons leering at her.
Where's the girl?
Relax, love.
We'll keep you company.
The men guffaw. They unzip their pants. Interior, Don Antonio's office, night. Don Antonio hugs Ofelia from behind. Meaty hands travel up the dress slit.
After all that jawing of yours, one trip to the new client was enough to change your mind.
You won't send me to him again, right?
I won't. I'm proud of you, you know. If you bring me another girl, I'll even let you go.
I'll never be your accomplice.
Don Antonio snorts, keeps kissing her when gunshots and frenzied screams are heard from the lower floors.
The hell?
Ofelia drops to her knees from the telltale headache heralding Juliet's proximity. With gun in hand, Don Antonio peers through a window.
Is it the cops? Did you call the fucking cops?
No. The police would keep you alive.
He hits her, then readies to shoot her. Ofelia laughs.
Ramona was right.
Interior, hallway to Don Antonio's office, same. Approaching footsteps echo in the darkness. Juliet's figure slowly emerges.
In order to kill a monster, you need a devil. So I brought you one.
Interior, Don Antonio's office, night. Juliet stands in the doorway dripping in blood, her feral golden eyes bent on vengeance. Don Antonio shoots at Juliet, but she dodges the bullet with superhuman speed. She's suddenly choking him with one hand.
What are you?
Here's a hint.
She snaps his neck and drops him on the floor. Juliet circles Ofelia, taking pleasure in her fear.
Pity. If you had chosen another girl, you'd still be alive.
I know what you are. But without your help, I wouldn't have been able to stop him.
Don't you value your life?
A life that brings misery to others doesn't deserve to exist.
Juliet pauses, then smiles. She reaches for Ophelia's cross pendant, fiddles with it.
You know, martyrs always die horrible deaths.
Exterior, church, dawn. Ophelia's cross pendant lies in Juliet's open palm.
You finally had her in sin, and you let her go?
The young man with the soda can we saw earlier ambles to her. He transforms into the devil.
If you'd brought me her soul, you'd be free now.
A life that brings misery to others doesn't deserve to exist. I wonder if God thinks that of you.
Don't fool yourself. To him, you and I aren't that different.
He disappears in swirls of smoke. Juliet smugly pockets the cross. She watches the sunrise.
The world is the devil's maze. Lurking in the shadows, he plans your fall.
Exterior, Hilltop Road, day. Ofelia watches the sun rise over the far-off town. She fixes Don Antonio's duffel bag over her shoulder.
But like every maze, there's always an exit. You just need to look hard enough to find it.
Come on, Ofelia!
Freed young prostitutes with backpacks motion for her to hurry. Ofelia happily joins them. It's a wonderful day. Fade out.